is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox. We are Detroit.
Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is presented by
Bell Tire.
After a week out west, the Tigers are happy to return back home the friendly confines of Comerica Park, where tonight the Royals are in town. Game one of this series, featuring Kansas City and the Detroit Tigers. And as we scope out the playoff situation, Tigers trailing Cleveland by 4.5 and Boston by 2 in the wild card. Hi again, everyone. Welcome to Tigers Baseball. Mario and Pebble alongside Kirk Gibson. Glad to have you with us here for game one of the Royals series. And what a road trip it was. The Tigers give you lost the first 4 in that trip, but a couple of rookies pitched them to victories the last 2 nights. A good rebound.
Well, the trip starts very bad. They get swept in Seattle. Then you're thinking, oh no, you lose the first game in Texas. They've been under so much pressure to hang in there. And then they win the next 2. And the biggie is it's great for the players. It gives them confidence coming back to a good home field here in Comerica, but also makes the fans and the sportscasters feel good as well.
Yeah, absolutely, and we feel good about the chances tonight here for the Tigers. Now, the 2 rookies that pitched them the victories the last 2 nights, Boyd and Fulmer, were awfully good. Now, Norris gets a chance tonight, yet another young gun for the Tigers.
Well, here we are counting on the 3 kids. Remember, we didn't do anything at the trade deadline, and you're right. Matt Boyd threw a gem in his first start. I mean, he changed his arm angle a little bit, and he's got the good slider, and he had 6 swing and misses. All of them were on that pitch. And we go here to Michael Fulmer. He's just been money. Early strike thrower, finishes pitches, and you wonder, why did people not hit his pitches good? Then you see Daniel Norris right here, athletic. He's got everything that the other 3 got as well. The Tigers did a good job in acquiring these guys and assembling them to move forward in the future. As I said, they didn't make any moves. The Tigers' brain trust in these guys, and so far they proved them right.
All right, now J.D. Martinez, you would think that a stop on the disabled list would slow him down. He was hitting 400 before the trip, the month before the trip to the DL, but that slowed him down at all.
Well, it hasn't, and the thing about it is when you go on the DL, you just don't know how you're going to come out of it. How much rehab do you need to go down and do? But J.D. didn't need much at all. Remember, the first at bat was a home run, and he's continued to break since in. 405 batting average. He's got 3 home runs, 5 RBI. Look at the OPS, it's way up there. It's nice to have him back. It would be nice that they hang in there like they did when Nick Castellanos is out now. So when JD was out, they hung in there. Hopefully they'll get Nick back towards the end of the year. They'll be into the playoffs and peak at the right time.
All right, good to be back home tonight. The Royals are in town after a short break. We'll send you back to the Coliseum Studios. Check in with Matt Shepard. Coming up tonight, Tigers got to find a way to stop Salvador Perez. He has been a one-man wrecking crew against the Tigers. Stay with us. Tigers Royals next. Cloudy, overcast evening. We have baseball nonetheless. The Tigers and Royals in game one in this three-game series. The Royals starting lineup tonight, presented by the Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Paulo Orlando, he's been red hot since the All-Star break. He'll lead off play center field. Cuthbert is at third. Kane is in right. Eric Hosmer batting cleanup. Kendrys Morales, Salvador Perez, and a bottom three of Gordon Escobar and Raul Mondesi. And the starting pitcher tonight is Mr. Norris, presented by Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical.
Yeah, take a look at Danny. Had an interesting season, hurt most of the year, but has had stints in Lakeland, Erie, AAA. Now up with the big club, trying to follow suit with the other youngsters, Michael Fulmer and Matt Boyd. But got great stuff, and he just needs the experience up here in the big leagues, and couldn't come at a better time as the Tigers need it with the Jordan Zimmerman and Mike Pelfrey being out.
Now Daniel, only 23 years of age, out of Johnson City, Tennessee, ready to go to work here tonight as Paulo Orlando leads it off, the speedy outfielder for the Royals. Here we go. The first pitch of the ball game is inside to Orlando. Cuthbert and then Kane to follow for KC. Royals overall this year a struggling bunch. Kansas City at 57 and 60 overall. There's a ball up and in, 2-0 on Orlando.
You can see Casey McGee way in at third base, taking away the bunt, but now you get to 2-0. You're not thinking he's going to bunt anymore.
Way high from Norris, 3 balls and no strikes. Daniel's last start, a good one against the Seattle Mariners on the last road trip. Tigers were swept in Seattle, but Daniel pitched pretty well.
You know, Daniel Norris made a funny face after that pitch. I don't know if he was just frustrated with the 3-0 count. We'll have to keep an eye on it.
And there is ball 4. He misses on the first 4 to Orlando.
Let's take a look at the Tigers starting defense presented by Beaumont Health. As always, Jay up in left field, Tyler Collins in center, JD Martinez in right, Casey McGee and Miguel Cabrera at the corners. Dixon Machado up from AAA to take over for Iggy is at shortstop. Ian Kinsler at second. McCann is catching Daniel Norris.
Here is Chesler Cuthbert now with the leadoff man on. Orlando can run 10 steals this year. Norris holding the baseball too long now as Cuthbert is given time.
McCann is going out to talk to Daniel Norris. I wonder if he had a throw over on or a pitch out or something like that.
Cuthbert has had a really nice year this year. 295. He was over 300 before he had an 0 for 6 in last night's game, but a tremendous rookie season. 9-game hitting streak came to an end last night. And he'll look at a strike on the outside corner. Cuthbert takes over at third base this year for the injured Mike Moustakas, who is out for the year. Royals, like the Tigers, have had to deal with a lot of injuries this season. Now the 0-1. Right back up the middle, knocked down by Norris. He'll have only one play, and he throws it up the line. Miggy can't hold on to it, and Orlando will go to third, and the Royals have him at the corners.
Well, I think Daniel Norris got the game speeding up on him a little bit right here. Walked the first batter on 4 pitches. This ball off his glove. Watch him rush. He's got time at first, but he rushes the throw, and that's usually never a good thing when you rush. Take your time. Make sure you get one out. It's always the better solution. But now, nevertheless, Tigers faced with first and third. Nobody out.
Those plays make you hold your breath as well if you're Miguel Cabrera.
And look how much time he had. I mean, he had time to probably step and make a good, accurate throw. But he's a youngster, and these things happen. You learn from them.
Single E1, the ruling on that play. Here's Lorenzo Cain, and he looks at a strike. Early scoring chance for the Royals.
Like any young pitcher or player would do, you're always going to review the game. Look what he's into right here, a walk and a ball that he should have had an out on, and it has none.
That is in shallow center field, not deep enough to score the run. Orlando has speed, but not enough to beat that throw. Kane is out, one away. It's Tyler Collins out in center field tonight.
Look at Tyler. He knows he's got a lot of confidence. You can tell the way he sets himself up. Then he takes his time and makes sure he makes a good one-hop throw. You don't want to throw this ball and have it get away from the catcher. It's an easy ball to catch from McCann. He can redirect it to second. That's getting on the right track there.
Now a ground ball could get Norris out of this inning as Eric Hosmer stands in. It's been a rough second half for Hosmer. He's at 274 overall, but since the All-Star break, he's under 200. Still a very dangerous hitter, even against left-handed pitching.
241 against lefties. 1 for 7 lifetime off of, or 1 for 3, I think, lifetime off of Norris.
Hosmer recently has been hitting better against left-handed pitching, but overall struggling in the second half. Swing and a miss, 0-2.
Nice hard slider right there. 89 miles an hour on the side of the ball. Hosmer can't reach it. He's thinking he's getting the heater again. Well outside, but it doesn't pick up the spin. Stay away.
Drilled to center field. Collins on the move, still going back. He'll make the catch. Runner will tag and score. Hosmer put it in play with authority. That'll be a sac fly and an RBI.
That's an interesting, it's a fine line. You want to go right after the guy, yet you don't want to give him too good of a pitch. Nevertheless, got another out. You do give up a run, but the chance to get out of this inning with virtually little damage.
That'll bring him Kendrys Morales. It's the first time all year that Daniel Norris has given up a run in the first inning. Hosmer gets his 66th RBI. Now the DH Morales. In there, a strike called. Fastball at 92 from Daniel Norris, who has been 93, 94, even 95 and above. He'll toss back to first. Back in there standing up is Cuthbert. It was fun watching Boyd pitch in Texas, then Fulmer yesterday. Now Norris gets his opportunity.
2 shutouts in a row, right?
Yeah, in Texas against that lineup. Pretty amazing.
We were talking about in the open about the slider, how much better it was. Just had a good feel for it and really kept that Texas squad off gun.
I was talking Gibby to Norris a couple of days ago about being one of the young guns, and he, along with Boyd and Fulmer, seemed to be the future of the rotation. And he said, yeah, we kind of feel that way. We want to go out there and prove it.
Yeah, they do. I think they feel the responsibility to be young and up to the challenge, and they've got each other to lean on for sure.
The 0-2 just got a piece of it. Norris was saying the other day that Justin Verlander took him aside recently and said, you've got a chance to be a really good big league pitcher. He said, but the one thing I notice is you really can't let allowing runs or big hits get to you. You've got to be able to put that by you, and when you do that, you will become an outstanding big league pitcher.
Well, Justin Verlander had to learn that too. I remember his first game. It was at a doubleheader in Cleveland. He got a wake-up call as well, but he had people pull him to the side, and that's valuable information that JV gave to Daniel Norris.
And Norris was all ears. In fact, he was really impressed that Justin would take the time to impart a little wisdom.
Well, they're teammates. Want to see each other do well for the benefit of the team.
Ball high and away. 1-2 on Kendrys Morales.
Looks like Norris overthrowing just a bit. It's a natural tendency for a youngster. Got to learn to get settled in here, find your rhythm, be efficient with your motion and your pitches.
There's a drive in the air toward right center field. Collins cruising over. He'll get there for the out, and the side retired. 1 run in the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the first. The bottom of the first, Ian Kinsler sets to lead things off. Tigers starting lineup tonight presented by the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. It'll be Kinsler, who against the Royals this year doing some major damage. Then Collins, Cabrera, Martinez. JD is in right field. Upton is in left. Bottom three tonight, McGee, McCann, Machado, the M&M guys. And they are facing the right-handed offerings of Mr. Ian Kennedy.
Yeah, 24th start tonight, record of 6-9. Throws the ball very well. He's going to come at you with his fastball. Throws it about 65% of the time. Also has a very good changeup and a curveball that'll start to drop in there with men on base. Also gives up lots of dingers. We'd like that. We'd like to add to his total.
Well, we could use 3 dingers tonight, and that would mean curly fries tomorrow. Kinsler getting it started now at 290. 22 home runs for Ian. '63 RBIs as well from that leadoff spot. And Kinsler looks at a strike. Here's the Bernstein advantage. The pitcher-batter matchup. Career against Kennedy, awfully good.
And he's got a home run off him. 7 for 12.
A little bit outside, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Kennedy will sit about 91, 92. He can rush it up there 94 occasionally. He'll do it at the top of the zone. We'll drop a curveball in for a strike, and he's got a very good changeup.
There's the bender in for a strike. Kennedy's best year was in 2011 when he was pitching for the Fightin' Gibbies.
That's right.
In Arizona. 21-game winner for you there.
Yeah, we got him from the Yankees. Had a great year for us. We went to the playoffs. Unfortunately, Milwaukee beat us. And let's take a look way back in July 15th. Ian Kinsler facing Ian Kennedy. There's a dinger. Looking for another. Tied this game up early. Stay with Ian, you just never know whether he's going to take that first fastball or crush it. Took it his first at bat, but setting him up for the next.
Here's the 1-2. Outside, 2-2 the count. Diamondbacks got Kennedy in that same trade that brought Max Scherzer to Detroit. Scherzer went on to win a Cy Young here.
Everybody was happy in that trade. Scherzer did well. Kennedy did well. Trying to think who went to New York.
Here's a drive in the air to right field. Not very deep. Lorenzo Cain is under it for the out. 1 gone.
Let's take a look at the Royals starting defense, brought to you by Tim Hortons. Across the outfield, Gordon, Orlando, and Kane. Chesler, Cuthbert at third base. Escobar at shortstop. Raul Mondesi, the rookie. That's Raul the Mondesi we know from the Dodgers, his son. Eric Hosmer at first. Ian Kennedy's throwing to Salvador Perez. 25 for 53 caught stealing. Just a little behind James McCann, who's what, 25 for 50.
The answer to your question is Curtis Granderson went to the Yankees.
The Grandy Man.
The Grandy Man can. There's a strike called on Tyler Collins. How do you like Collins in the 2 slot here?
Well, I know Brad's been trying to figure somebody out to go in there. I like Casey as well. Probably against the lefty is a better choice, but Tyler's played well since he's been up here. We'll try it out and see how it works out.
He rolls out to Mondesi, 2 gone. Brad's team really coming back nicely in the last 2 games against Texas. Tigers had lost 5 in a row, and they got beat up pretty good in that first game in Texas. But man, the youngsters came up big the last 2 games.
Matt Boyd was the key to that whole series.
Agreed.
I mean, he went 7 innings. He's been a 5-inning pitcher pretty much this whole year. Just came out of nowhere, made a little mechanical adjustment suggested by Rich Doobie, the Tigers pitching coach. And that's what happens when these kids get a little bit of confidence. They trust the advice. They try it in a bullpen session, just as Michael Fulmer did with the changeup earlier in the year. Matt Boyd adjusts the arm angle a little bit, comes up with a slider, a little more velo, and threw a heck of a game.
Here's the 0-1. A little bit outside, 1-1 on Cabrera. But it's interesting, though, Gibby, when you can make those tweaks and adjustments on the fly in the middle of a big league season. That's got to be difficult.
Well, again, when you get your confidence, you understand you belong here and you're real close. And if you talk to Matt Boyd, he talks with positivity all the time, regardless. Probably before he should at sometimes, but that's because he's working on himself, working on his demeanor, his mentality, and waiting for that tip that'll put him over the top. And he took a giant step in his last start against Texas in the shutout.
2-1 on Cabrera. 2 out, nobody on, first inning. And Miggy looks at the ball outside. He stayed away again. 3-1.
Miggy's got pretty good numbers, 417 off of Ian Kennedy. So Kennedy's going to stay away and hope that he doesn't hurt him.
Cabrera, for about the last month now, is hitting at nearly a 400 clip, 398. He went through that stretch around the All-Star break, a little after the All-Star break, where he just had a rut. It was about a week or 2, and then, man, he busted out as he normally does. Here's the 3-1. He lost him, ball 4. Not a whole lot to hit there for Miguel.
See some respect in that at bat. Ian Kennedy did not mess with Miguel Cabrera at all. And you can tell that the Royals are going to try and stay away from him.
Well, here is Victor Martinez, who is used to opponents pitching around Miguel to get to him. And Victor batting .304.
Yeah, he's been really hot lately. And .304 righty, .304 lefty. That's pretty consistent. You don't see guys with that consistency very often. Left and right-handed switch hitters.
They've got a little bit of a shift on him, not much though. Usually, with a runner at first, though, that changes a bit. But usually, you will see 3 defenders to the right of second.
You know, they're playing behind Miguel Cabrera. Hosmer is at first base. It's a smart play by Ned Yost. Wouldn't think Miggy would run, giving himself a little more depth to cut down that pulled fastball by Victor should he hit it down there.
Right back up the middle, but Escobar is right there. He'll race to the bag for the out. Inning over, no runs, a walk, and 1 man left. Royals on top 1-0 as we go to the top of the second at a cloudy, overcast Comerica Park. Salvador Perez strolled into the dish, and he is awfully good against Tigers pitching. Over 400 this year against the Detroiters.
Yeah, he's hit with 3 home runs, although he hasn't had much success in this park. Most of it's in Kansas City. Let's hope that holds true.
Perez overall this year, 262, 16 home runs. Bouncing ball left side for Machado. Dixon throws him out, 1 away. Hey, stay tuned to Tigers Live. Following the game, we'll select the Fox Sports Detroit Tigers Player of the Game, presented by McDonald's. Stop by for your breakfast favorites, now being served all day. What do you got?
I'll give you first pick.
Okay, I will go with. I'm going off the board today, a surprise pick. I'm going with Dixon Machado.
Go Machado. I'm going to go really out the board. I'm going to go.
Pick a reliever.
I'm going to go Salty.
Ooh, Salty's not even starting.
I know, we're going bench player, game winner.
Oh, nice. I like it.
You should saw your face. You picture book. He's not playing. You had me.
I didn't do that.
Yeah. It's good to be back.
He's not playing.
Mario's let me back on the A team tonight. Been a while since we got to gab with each other and watch a ball game.
Yeah, it has been a while. 1-1 on Alex Gordon. And that missed inside, 2-1. Not by a whole lot. Little up as well. Escobar waiting on deck. Royals got a run in the first on a sac fly by Hosmer. Inside and low, and the count goes 3-1. Daniel walked the first man he faced in the first inning. He eventually came around to score.
Yeah, just having trouble locating his pitches. Again, is not into a very good rhythm yet. He's got the stuff.
Strike called. Gordon tried to coax a walk. Dan Iasonia said nope.
I had a good conversation with Richie Garcia, a longtime umpire, just about umpiring and the zone, etc. I was talking about they get 3 inches before they say, I can't remember the terminology, it basically says acceptable. But it is 2 inches when they get their, they get a little disc after the game should they want it.
You mean 2 inches off the plate?
Yeah, if they call it a strike, that's still acceptable.
Did not know that.
Yes.
Here's the 3-2 now to Gordon. That's fouled back out of play. Is that explained to the players, coaches, and managers?
I don't know that it is. I mean, they pretty much could figure it out. And the other thing is, you know, they're trying not to throw anybody out. They're trying to keep players in the game. Yet there's still that one word that'll get you tossed.
You?
Use one, that's for sure.
I'm not going into the others. There's a ball up and in, and that's ball 4. Second walk now issued by Daniel Norris.
I can tell Daniel's really hyped up right now tonight. Just got to forget that. Get Escobar.
How much do you think him being hyped up tonight is watching Boyd and Fulmer the last 2 nights and wanting to do exactly the same here?
I think he's a young kid. We already know he's a great kid. He's got good stuff. I think he wants to do really good, and he wants to kind of keep the line moving. Absolutely.
Escobar sends a slow roller to short. Machado, he'll go to second one. Relay. Got him at first base.
I checked that one.
There's a double play. We'll see if the Royals want to challenge it. Bang, bang at first base. Machado got it quickly. Or rather, yeah, Machado got it quickly to Kinsler, and the turn was pretty good. We'll wait and see, though.
Escobar runs down the line pretty good. Yeah, I think he's going to be safe. Not so quickly.
Royals probably will challenge this, and they will. Ned Yo says, put the headsets on, so hold everything.
I was just looking at all the challenges around, like for the Tigers as well. It seems about half of them get overturned. Let's see, we got 55 instant replay challenges this season. They've challenged 25, 3 confirmed, 8 standing, and 14 plays being overturned. So I'd look around at most of them. It's about the same. This one's going to be overturned. It shouldn't take that long.
You're right. Here comes the review. Safe. So the call is overturned. And Escobar beat it out. He's aboard on the fielder's choice.
He's clearly there, yeah.
That'll keep the inning alive now for Raul Mondesi. Mondesi is the second baseman, batting just 196. For the last couple of years, he has been their top prospect.
He's an 80 runner, which means that's as high as you can get ranked. And you'll see McGee will be weighing in on him. McGee will probably stay close as well. Because if he bunts it, he beats bunts out that you're not supposed to. Here you go for the push.
And he seems to fit the mold of a Kansas City Royal athletic, a guy that can run and move.
Push will go here. He wants to try and get it by Norris. Make Kinsler have to field it. He should be able to beat it out. That's his thinking.
He'll swing away instead, line it right to Upton and left. That'll end the inning. No runs, a walk, 1 man left.
Presented by Magic Window. Happened yesterday. J.D. Martinez launches one there in Texas. Left field corner. 100th career home run. As we said, playing very well since he's come off the DL.
And we understand J.D. was able to get the ball as well. The fan was able to bring it to him. There's a swing and a one-hopper knocked down at third by Cuthbert, but into left field. J.D. taking a wide turn. Escobar had to run out there. So Martinez aboard.
Now remember the first inning, lots of fastballs. First pitch, J.D. jumps right on it. Little topspin on that. The youngster over there at third base, Cuthbert, he can't handle it.
That'll bring up Justin Upton now. The tying run is on against Ian Kennedy. Upton at 230. Had a very slow road trip trying to pick it up here at home. And Jay Up looks at a ball outside, 1-0.
Got to get Jay Up going. Know he's working hard. Played a lot of games so far for the Tigers.
Just 3 hits in the month of August, a 152 batting average. And he'll look at a strike on the outer edge.
Well, J.Up knows Ian Kennedy well. 286 off him in his career. He was on that team in 2011 that Ian won 21 games for Arizona.
Upton takes inside, that ball low and in. 2-1, Justin. Outfield playing a little bit to the right side. There is some room in left center. If Upton finds a gap out there, he can score a run. Royals got a run in the first. They lead 1-0. Driven foul out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Kennedy mostly throwing the right-handers away so far early the first time through. He will go in. Gets a couple guys on base in scoring position. He's going to change his pattern up a bit.
Kennedy came into this game pitching some of his best baseball. Just 2 runs allowed in his last 19 1/3.
Another heater away on the outside corner.
And Upton sent it back to the screen.
19 1/3 innings pitched. You see the ERA sub 1. His whip under 1. Opponent's only hitting 191 off of him.
The whip, for those that don't know, walks and hits per innings pitched. Two and two. Ground ball up the middle. Escobar, nifty play, fires to second one, and that's a 6-4-3 double play.
It's a little bit cruel right there. J.Up hit that ball pretty good, unfortunately, on the ground. Right to Escobar. Easy double play. See, Escobar just flipped that backwards to him. They do right where he'd be. The infield looks like it's playing a little different tonight. Tricky hop. Mondesi taking his time, making a good strong throw.
So with 2 outs here is Casey McGehee. He's batting in the 7 slot tonight for Brad Ausmus. McGehee had that 4-hit game in Texas. A pretty good road trip overall. 308 on the trip.
Talk to Casey. He's just as long as he stays relaxed and thinks middle of the field, he's always in much better shape. When he starts thinking about pulling the ball out of the park, like many people, many players, it gets him in trouble. There's something about getting jammed for every hitter. They don't like it. Some hitters will say they like it inside, but for the most part, that's not true.
2-0 pitch is fouled back. 2 balls and 1 strike on Casey McGehee. Well, he has been an accomplished big leaguer. I know he was in the minor leagues this year, but he had some nice seasons early in his career with Milwaukee, especially. Went to Japan for a spell.
Knows how to handle the bat for sure.
Fouled away, 2-2.
The hanging and breaking ball right there. McGehee missed. Every time when I used to make out the lineup for the Diamondbacks, the way his name is spelled, would you call it McGee?
No, I'd say McGehee.
I still haven't figured that out.
Well, ask him. Sounded like Michael Jordan saying, or not Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson. McGehee. Here's the 2-2, and it's fouled back out of play. But it's Casey McGehee. There it is, McGehee.
McGehee. It is McGee. At least his name's not Bobby.
Here's the 2-2. He popped him up. Left side of the infield for Cuthbert. And that is that for the Tigers here in the second. Still 1-0 KC. Today we had a very outstanding moment, a great moment here at the ballpark. A Fox Sports Detroit military surprise. Our military member, Melissa Van Gordon from Southfield, an Army reservist. Well, she surprised her dad, Chuck, here at the ballpark tonight, who had no idea she was going to be here. And what a beautiful moment here at the ballpark. And you know what? We've got him in the booth with us as well. And I tell you what, you cannot beat a moment like this when you combine baseball and family. And well, Melissa, first of all, welcome, and Chuck, welcome. Melissa, tell us, how did this whole idea come about in surprising your dad here tonight?
Well, I knew that his birthday was August 15th, and we were overseas for a while. I got a random email and reached out to Army Public Affairs, and my unit really helped me out and supported me to get me home in time to make all this happen. Just so blessed and thankful to be here, and he had no idea, and it was fantastic.
Chuck, you've seen these on TV before, right? You had no clue that you were being set up today?
None whatsoever. She took it to me. Yeah, big time.
So this is something Gibby would do because he's always trying to get people, but this is a good thing. When Gibby does it, it's a bad thing.
That's a compliment. He's just complimenting me. Don't get nervous.
Well, Chuck, talk about your emotions, because obviously you can't help but to cry. I mean, it was just a beautiful moment here at the ballpark, but really take us through what that whole feeling was like, because this had to be totally unexpected.
Oh, totally. I mean, it was trying to get the time off work, got it, and she's going, "You're not that excited about going to the game?" I go, "Well, I know you're coming home. I'd rather take that day off." She goes, "No, Dad, go to the game." Okay, and she had it set up, and it just, when it hit me, I knew the video was going to be bad enough. And then when I turned around and seen her, that was culminated the whole thing.
So what's your first thought when you saw her tonight, right behind you there in plain eyesight? Now what are you thinking? We got to do this, we got to do that. What are you going to do first? Watch the ball game.
Watch the ball game, and it was just, I was just thankful to have her home. I mean, after her second deployment, and I mean, it was just thankful. I mean, they're the heroes. Okay, that's just the way it is.
Yeah, they really are. And Melissa, I understand you joined up right shortly after 9/11. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. Right after it happened, I went home that weekend, told my parents, "Hey, I'm going to join the Army." So they were a little less than thrilled, but now I think they're kind of proud. So
Chuck, what was the response right away?
Well, you know, from Mom is talk her out of it, and I go, she goes, "Dad, giving blood's not good enough for me." And I said, "Well," I said, you can make your decision, and she's lived with it, and it's been very special.
Now, Melissa, are you from Waterford?
Yes, I grew up in Waterford.
You know that we got something in common. I was raised in Waterford, so you're a lake dweller like me, right?
Yes, indeed. I can't wait to get out on the lake, actually.
I was going to say, where you are, there's not much water over there, is there?
No, it's a lot of sand. No sand castles, though.
Well, Gibby, I bowled with your parents.
Oh boy, they had some stories, I'm sure.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we'll keep those stories ourselves.
I figured there'd be a connection, yeah.
Melissa, tell us about your background. You served, I believe, in Afghanistan and currently serving in Iraq. Is that correct?
Yes. So I was in Afghanistan from 2011 to 2012, and then just got home from Iraq. Was there for a 9-month tour. So
outstanding. Well, we want to thank Melissa again for her service, and of course her father Chuck was totally surprised here tonight. I know we see these throughout the course of a lot of baseball games when we watch baseball throughout the course of the season. But Melissa, when did this idea first come to you that this is something I really want to try and get done?
Well, my dad has been a lifelong Tigers fan. I mean, for as long as I can remember, we've been talking about the Tigers, and you know, he tells stories of the '68 series and everything. Because my grandfather was a Highland Park police officer during the riots and just that whole time period and everything. And so I know it meant a lot to him. And being that it was his 60th birthday, I wanted to do something extra special. And I knew that this would be the icing on the cake. So
it really was.
So Chuck, you've been 68 and 84.
Oh yeah.
What are you feeling this year?
What do you call it? You know, before all the injuries, I was feeling real good. But then I seen McGee go 4 for 5 the other night, and I had a little hope come back. So I think we're still in it.
Well, you always got to keep the faith. This game of baseball, if you watched it long enough to know, it kind of messes with your head and gets you frustrated sometimes, but you stay positive and things work itself out. I'm sure that you've had some days and nights where you've missed Melissa, and you've probably had to deal with some of those same type of emotions.
Exactly.
Eric Hosmer, the batter here with 2 outs, a runner on. The Royals are leading the Tigers 1-0 as we play in the top of the 3rd here at Comerica. And Daniel Norris delivers a ball outside. Now, when you were enlisted in, I think 2013, you took the oath. Where did you take the oath?
I actually took the oath right outside.
Is that right?
Right in front of the Tiger.
Nice.
Yep, there it is.
There's the picture. Yep.
I actually did that for my mom's birthday.
Is that right?
Yes, indeed.
Which is another great twist to the story. Norris now with the 1-0 pitch, and it's low, 2 balls and no strikes. Well, I've got to ask both of you, favorite Tigers through the years. Chuck, you start.
Mine was always Al Kaline.
Al Kaline.
He's here tonight.
Mr. Tiger.
You're pretty close to him right here. He's not too far away. A couple boosts over. How about you, Melissa?
As a kid, it was always Cecil Fielder. So
Big
when
Daddy.
When Prince came over, that was a good time as well. And you know, I heard about Prince's injuries and whatnot. Wish him and the family the best. 'Cause that's got to be rough. But like the big hitters for sure. So you know.
And neither one of you mentioned Kirk Gibson. I'll just bring that to the forefront here.
It's a big deal.
That was a setup. That was a setup.
Yeah, we haven't been doing games together for a while.
Yeah, we got to go at it a little bit.
He misses me.
2-0 the count on Eric Hosmer, and Norris again will go back to first base.
So, Melissa, what do you remember about the old Tiger Stadium?
So the old Tiger Stadium, I remember going as a kid. My dad made sure I went there probably a handful of times, and just remember all the stories that my dad used to tell me about it, and just how high up you could be, how much you can see of the city and everything else, and it was just surreal. And you know, they built Comerica, and I've been coming to these games ever since they opened. So
how long will you get to stay back?
I'm actually home now unless they call me up again. So being a reservist, I'm home and get to go back to my civilian career as a teacher. So looking forward to that as well.
That'll be a little different, huh?
A little bit.
2 balls, 1 strike on Eric Hosmer. Chatting with Melissa and Chuck Van Gordon, and Melissa surprised her dad Chuck for his birthday. And they did Fox Sports Detroit military surprise. That's in the air toward left. Upton coming over, and Jay Up unable to make the play.
The ball kept drifting. The wind is blowing right to left, and off the left-handed bat. Just got up in the air. Jay Up thought he's going to have room, but did not.
So, Chuck, what was more memorable for you? Was it 68 or 84?
I have to say 68. Just, I mean, I was 12. Okay, baseball was my whole life. Okay, and I mean, as the series was going on, the teacher would tell me to go back in the coat room and watch the game and tell us what's going on. And I mean, and for us to come back from a 3-1, I mean, it was just you just remember it because the baseball cards and just the whole atmosphere of the whole thing. But 84 was fun, no doubt about it.
See, Melissa, that's the type of teacher you have to be now. You're going to have to allow your kids to watch the Tigers in the World Series.
I'll keep that in mind. I don't think I can get away with it, though.
So you guys have 2 cars down here? Or you got it all worked out? One car.
The logistics were on point. Let's just put it that way.
Okay, so you have a good chat on the way home after a good Tiger victory.
3-2 is swung on and missed. He struck him out, and that'll end the inning. Melissa, Chuck, congratulations on a great night for both of you. Thanks for stopping up.
Thank you so
All
much.
right, we appreciate
Thanks for having us here. I appreciate all your support.
You bet.
Thank you.
Chuck.
A
All right,
Fox
thanks,
Sports
Henry.
Detroit
Bye.
military surprise here at the ballpark. Congratulations to Melissa and Dad Chuck, and happy birthday to Chuck as well. Tigers and Royals tonight, game one in this series. KC on top 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the third. McCann, Machado, Kinsler facing Ian Kennedy. And the first one home is low and away to James McCann, batting .211. But recently perking up. 9 home runs now for James. 357 on the just completed road trip, which is a good sign. Here's the 1-0.
Yeah, if I'm the Tigers now, I've seen that Kennedy's been opening up with lots of fastballs. I want to be ready for it. You can see they took some pitches the first time through. Kind of verify what their scouting report says, and they'll be ready to go.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fouled straight back, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kennedy got a double play ball after giving up a single in the second to J.D. Martinez. He's also allowed a walk. The native of Huntington Beach, California, 31 years old. Here's the 1-2. You know, when you combine the numbers of McCann and Saltalamacchia this year, Gibby, and these guys pretty much have been platooning this season, it really has been a pretty decent tandem.
Yeah, is there a better tandem in the bigs?
Not sure. I mean,
their production's very good.
And you factor in the defense as well. Here's the 1-2 offering. Stayed back long enough just to get a piece of that breaker, and the count stays 1-2 on McCann.
Pretty good buzz here in the park tonight. I feel like the crowd's just kind of waiting for something to happen right here. Tigers got back with about 10 o'clock last night. It's not bad. Usually when you come back from Texas on a Sunday evening, it used to be you'd get back at 4 or 5 in the morning. So be pretty good and ideal for them to wake up here and get some runs very shortly.
Swing and a miss, and McCann is down on strikes. 1 gone. Let's check in now with Justin White for a game break. All right, guys, here it is 1-0. So the Tigers will gain a half game, at least to this point, on Cleveland and lose a half game to Boston. We'll see what transpires here tonight. Machado looks at a bender that drops in 0-2.
You know, Simo was talking about style and points a little bit. We'll look at the standings here while we're talking. Detroit 4.5 back, Kansas City 10.5 back, 2 back in the wild card for the Tigers. But I don't take exception to that. There's a little looper. Machado's out. I think that that's the way they're brought up. I think maybe here in the States we were taught that you didn't do that. And I think elsewhere it's just a fun thing. You earned it and shouldn't be offended. I think you can tell when somebody's showing you up, and it is a different thing. Everybody knows Big Papi. It's not certainly not trying to do that. So,
well, I go back to the bat flip that Bautista had in the playoffs last year, which was one of the most incredible bat flips, but one of the most electric moments in postseason in recent history. And you just can't help but to look at that and say, wow, that's pretty cool, and not be offended at that.
Yeah, he didn't plan that. That's just emotion. I pumped my arm to somebody's face. You know, I never thought about doing that. It's just, you're so excited. What do? You know, you react. It's just an emotion.
Ian Kinsler is 0 for 1 with a fly ball.
Now again, you do know when somebody does it, then it should be treated differently. Wants it high. You can see when Kennedy goes up top, you see the 90, 93, 94 instead of the 91, 92 miles an hour.
A little extra Petro up there.
He likes to ride it high.
High fly ball, left center field, hit pretty good. Orlando appears to have room, and he does.
Just missed it.
1-2-3 inning for Ian Kennedy. Tigers here 1-0 as we go to the top of the 4th inning. Mario and Pemba, Kirk Gibson, glad you're with us tonight. We're also going to bring in the 3rd member of our broadcast team tonight, Rod Allen, hanging out down in the field. And Rod, welcome. What have you seen on Daniel Norris tonight?
You know, guys, I had a chance to watch from a different vantage point before I came over to this seat right here, right behind home plate. And Daniel Norris, when he keeps the ball down in the strike zone, he's got tremendous action. I mean, the fastball was moving. He had some nice depth with the breaking ball. I thought we had the best seat upstairs, fellas, but I beg to differ now after spending that half inning right down there behind home plate.
Uh-oh. You know, just looking at Daniel Norris, 44 pitches through 2 innings, and he looked like he was a little pumped up to me today, Rod, and rushing a little bit, got frustrated with the opening walk. But this is the one thing, and Matt Boyd was doing it previously, only going 5 innings. These guys overthrow their pitches. They throw too many pitches, and it's one of the things they got to learn to just settle down and command that zone, repeat that delivery, and then you get to go deeper in the games.
That's a great point, Gibby. I think Fulmer and also Boyd demonstrated that the last couple times through. Well, Fulmer all year, but Boyd in particular, his last couple of times out, he's demonstrated, you know, how to slow big league hitters down. You give them a fastball here, you tease them with another fastball, and then you throw them that change up to speed those bats back up. And Norris just needs to buy into that same kind of methodology. And when he does, I think he's going to take that next step too. His stuff is plenty good enough to win at this level.
1-2 is rolled foul. Kendrys Morales leading it off. He'll be followed by Perez, and then Alex Gordon.
He does have the great stuff. In fact, if you were ranking these 3 pitchers last year, it would probably go Norris, Fulmer, Boyd. Now it might be Fulmer, Boyd, Norris. But Norris just needs big league innings to figure it out.
Sky to center field, shallow. Kinsler goes back to get it.
You know, guys, it's always interesting when we get a chance to see a really good catcher come to the ballpark here and we get a chance to put him on display. Let's take a look at Salvador Perez and what he brings to the dance every day as far as throwing out runners. Only James McCann has a better ratio at throwing out runners than Salvador Perez, Gibby. But for a guy that's so big, Mario, and you've been in the game a long time too, have you ever seen a catcher this big that has this kind of agility behind the plate and throws this much accuracy down to second base? It's phenomenal to me to watch this big fella move behind the dish.
Yeah, and you're at risk at any base with Salvador Perez behind the dish. He'll get you at first, he'll pick you at third, he'll pick all the way down to second, he'll get you on the stolen base. And Rod, you and I were looking at numbers earlier, and we looked at one measurement by BizData, and the 10 percentile, that means their best throws, their 10% highest throws. James McCann actually was quicker than Salvador. Now, in the 90th percentile, McCann was slower, and then the average, the overall average, Perez is by far the best in the American League and all of big league baseball right now.
Well, they're 2 outstanding receivers, that much is for sure. And Perez, of course, grew up in Puerto Rico, idolizing guys like Pudge Rodriguez and more recently Yadier Molina of the St. Louis Cardinals. And he takes a lot of pride in his game, and he's just getting better year after year. Only 2 pass balls this year for Perez so far this season, and we're heading into September.
He'll pull that one to the ground. A short. Machado bobbles it. Has time, though, and he'll one-hop it to first for the out. Dixon stayed with it.
The field looks like it's got some interesting hops in it today. That's about the 3rd hop that we've seen, and Machado gets it off the thumb right there, picks it up, rushes it, and unfortunately he gives Miggy a nice long hop, and Perez is not very fleet of foot and makes the recovery to get the second out of the inning.
Rod, we have seen Machado, and obviously we saw him quite a bit in September last year with the injury to Iglesias. We know this kid can really handle that position.
And one of the things that they've wanted him to do is get a little bit stronger. Obviously, they need him to hit a little bit more, or anybody needs him to hit more if he's going to play in the big leagues and have a starting role, or else he might find himself as a utility guy in the infield because he has that kind of skill set on the defensive end. It's all going to depend on how much he hits at this level.
Gordon sends a ground ball up the middle. It'll find a hole, a base hit.
And he really has gotten a lot stronger. If you look at his body, Mario, we've seen him for the last few years when he first burst on the scene in big league camp, and he looks like he's put on a few pounds and looks like he's getting a little stronger and swinging the bat with a little bit more authority.
Yeah, it's interesting if you look at the roster, the way it's switched from day one. You look at all the people that have come up that are on the roster today that weren't here on opening day. Machado, no, that's another level down. That's way down the list, and it's kind of reflecting who would be the next level should anybody else get hurt. or were we in the clear and we're going to start getting our number one guys back? That's the hope.
Well, I think Brad certainly is hopeful of that. I know that the word on Maben today was that it was feeling a whole lot better, which is really good news because they need him as a catalyst to this offense.
Yeah, by far he's been the best number 2 option and had the most production and really fits this offense perfectly.
1 ball to no strikes on Alcides Escobar, and he'll look at a ball high. Rod, you have a great really position down there in terms of feeling what the vibe of the dugout is. I know the 2 wins on the last part of the road trip really had to help. I mean, can you feel a different vibe in the dugout now?
Well, not just yet because they really haven't gotten going from an offensive standpoint. But if they get going here, I'm sure they're going to, start to pep up in the dugout just a little bit.
Escobar fouls it right off the mask of McCann.
With all the heroics, the last homestand, they know that they're never out of a game in this ballpark. I mean, the last homestand was one of the funnest homestands I can remember in recent memory. With the walk-off home runs and the walk-off singles and the JD throw. I mean, just a lot going on that last homestand that was very positive.
Unfortunately, we got reminded when we went out to Seattle. They've been doing that to their opponents as well.
I heard you say that they did that to us back in 1984 as well, Gibby, when we won those 3 games in Anaheim. I mean, I went home to see my family and everything and had a chance to play there in Anaheim. Then we went to Seattle and got swept there. So it can happen to any team at any particular time.
Well, that was at 17 or 18 in a row we'd won on the road when we went to Anaheim. We were flying high, but we went out of there with our tails between our legs.
Having a lot of fun. I mean, I was just kind of looking in. I mean, I was a newbie there, but it was a lot of fun watching you guys play, and it was a lot of fun coming to the ballpark.
On ball line to left center field. It'll drop, base hit.
Second base.
Gordon hits the bag at second and goes to third, and now the Royals have a 2-out threat here in the 4th.
That's one of the things that he has to do a little bit more of, and we've talked about Fulmer. We've also talked about Matthew Boyd, is that every now and then in a 2-1 count, Norris can't try to bully a guy that's a pretty good fastball hitter, and that's what Escobar is. I mean, you could throw him a breaking ball there, you can throw him a changeup there because he's so aggressive. More than likely, he's going to swing at it if you disguise it as being a good enough pitch. But Norris is going to learn you can't overpower guys with fastballs and 2- and 3-1 counts up here.
Yeah, what Rod's talking about, when you're a hitter and you get 2-1, and Escobar is very aggressive, as he says, you throw that good slider in there, it looks like a fastball, and then just it disappears, and they'll chase it. And of course, you just have to know that when you get more experience, you kind of have a better feel of who you can get and who you can't.
Raul Mondesi taps one right back to the mound, and that will end the threat. No runs, 2 hits. They leave him at first and third, and we go to the bottom of the 4th.
Last Sunday, the Royals secured their first series win since June. It also coincided with the appearance of a praying mantis in the team's dugout. So naturally, he became the team's good luck charm. And naturally, the Royals' newest addition, Billy Burns, became the Rally Mantis's caretaker. He got him a shoebox at first to hold on to him in, and then he upgraded him to a cage once the Royals won their second straight series over the White Sox, saying that, hey, we got to get this Rally Mantis with us. He's got to travel with the team. So he did. He boarded the flight with the team to Minnesota, and then unfortunately on Friday sometime, probably they say in the 8th inning, the Rally Mantis passed away. Burns said they assumed it was the 8th inning because despite pulling off a win, the Royals played terrible in the 9th. Now, yesterday, Burns said they flushed him down the toilet, giving him a water burial, but that he's with them in their thoughts. And the Royals, they were 4 of 5 with the Rally Mantis, Mario. So, hey, whatever it takes, right?
What a bad ending for the Rally Mantis. I'm telling you, man, is there anything worse than what happened to the Rally Mantis, Gibby?
Pretty sad.
Well, you got to feed him.
He did enjoy a moth on that flight. They fed him a moth. They said he was doing good, but just didn't last.
Well, you get it all here on Fox Sports Detroit. I mean, we dig up every story, don't we?
Moon must have been on it.
Here is Cabrera. Did you guys ever have any Rally Mantises?
No. No.
Anything to get a win.
Cabrera looks at a ball outside.
Hey, guys, I've noticed that Kennedy about 72% with his fastball here today. What is it with the Tigers lately? A.J. Griffin yesterday of the Texas Rangers, he was throwing about 87 to 89, and for the first 4 innings until Victor Martinez hit that home run, he was trying to bully the Tigers with lots of fastballs.
Well, Ian Kennedy, he likes his heater. I think he came in this year at over 65% fastballs, and he likes to get to that changeup and curveball later in the game. Yeah, for whatever reason, the Tigers, it takes them a time or two to get around before they can start centering it. There's more life on Ian Kennedy's fastball than it looks like on TV. I know that because I watched him pitch for years.
In the air to center, and Paulo Orlando is under it. Miggy is out, number 2. Here's the Chevy Silverado most dependable player. We'll go with Victor Martinez tonight in his last 15 games, fellas. 390, and that's a good sign to see the number 4 hitter perking up.
Yeah, 7 strikeouts, 7 walks. You see his OPS over 1,000, 1.099. So that means he's driving it into the gaps as well. And you know, Victor, he just doesn't run very good anymore, but it's amazing how his average is up, and he still gets around those bases and scores. Of course, he's got some pretty good guys from behind him. Kennedy got him on the breaking ball on his first at bat. He grounded out to shortstop, started him off with the breaking ball there.
Kennedy's a smart man. He knows Victor Martinez, if he's looking for that fastball in the inner third, he knows how to open those hips up with the best of them and turn on it and hit it down that right field line.
He is behind the count, 0-1. And he drives that one foul back out of play. By the way, Rod, it seems like every time we have someone in the camera well down there, whether it's you or Simo or anyone else, there seems to be a foul ball or two that comes your way. So, are you ready?
I'm going to be on my toes, fellas. Trust me, this is a lot closer than I've been to action in a long, long time. And I don't react like I used to react.
0-2 on V-Mart. Missed it inside, 1-2. Victor hit into a force his first time up, 0 for 1. You got 3 2/3 scoreless now for the right-hander Kennedy. Came in with a pretty good stretch, as we mentioned, over his last 3, so he continues to pitch well.
Doubling up.
And rip foul down the right field line.
When Victor's looking for that heater inside, very few can throw it by him.
That's amazing right there. I don't know if you got a monitor down there, Rod, but goes inside. How many guys are looking for another heater in there? Kennedy comes in probably a little off the plate. Victor very quickly down and in, pulls that ball foul on the line.
Yeah, his bat to ball skills are extraordinary.
So it's going to be the high heater away.
1-2, the count stays on Martinez.
I heard you guys talking about this a little earlier. If you look at all of Kennedy's numbers, I mean, other than the fact that he hasn't been winning lately, he's been pitching some pretty good baseball. Last 19 innings, only giving up a couple of runs, 19 strikeouts. But his issue, as it has always been, is the home run ball. He's surrendered 27 of those this year, and 59% of his runs have come on the home run ball.
Here's the drive in the air to right center field. Not going to be deep enough, though. Orlando is under it. That'll end the inning. It's a 1-2-3 for Ian Kennedy. Has taken over at first base. Miguel Cabrera is out of the game, and we think it happened on this play right here.
Yeah, this is the play that Norris rushed on. Looks like Miggy may have jerked his shoulder there, his left shoulder, and you can see him telling Brad about it. He also had a funky swing as well. So they've taken him out of the game. We'll get word shortly. And Salty, there you see the swing right there. You see it's hurting him a little bit. So the Tigers have removed him. Kevin Rand said it's usually the smartest thing to do is to take him out, make sure you got a handle on what it is, and don't do any further damage. Hopefully it's nothing serious, and he'll be back in short order.
That's just what this squad needs, is another injury. Boy,
not like
the injury bug started to bite them lately.
Well, Nick Castellanos is out of the lineup. Maven, Zimmerman, we've talked about all of them. That ball's hit right at McGee for the first out.
Take a look at the Tigers' injuries. Right now, Tigers on the disabled list: Castellanos, Iglesias, and Maben, Pelfrey, Verhagen, and Zimmerman. They hope to get all of them back except Verhagen this year. So far, now that's a good lift, but you got to keep your head above water in the interim time.
That's into right center field, going to get down. Collins goes over to the warning track to cut it off. And it'll be Cuthbert with a double, a 1-out, 2-base hit here in the 5th.
This young man is having a great season. I mean, a lot of people don't talk about him a whole lot. He plays in the shadows of a lot of the really good players that they have on Kansas City's roster, but he gets himself a fastball that's on the outer third and hits it right through the right center field gap. That's a pretty swing. Cuthbert's been outstanding.
Very short to the ball and good power for the apple right there.
So Cuthbert, who dropped below 300 with an 0 for 6 last night, has 2 hits tonight. Here is Lorenzo Cain. Ball 1.
You got to be careful here with Cain. You've got a base open. You're already trailing by 1 run. You've got a left-hander in the on-deck circle. Although it's not your ordinary left-hander in Eric Hosmer, he can hit lefties, but the best way to get out of this might be to put him on or pitch carefully to him and then create a double play situation that might get you out of the inning.
Yeah, you know, Rod, as a manager, you say that, well, we'll just pitch around him, and then you give him too good of a pitch. You kind of learn your lesson. If you're thinking about it, you're probably the smartest way to do is go ahead and put him on.
Especially with a young pitcher.
On the outer edge, 1-1. Yeah, I would think with a veteran guy, you might be able to trust him a little bit more.
Or sometimes you go out and you motion, use your head, you point to your head, do it to the catcher, they go out and talk. You want to make sure you're on the same page, that's for sure.
Kane is single and 2 at bats in the ball game. Royals lead 1-0. Up high, 2-1 on Lorenzo Cain. He also was one of the walking wounded this year for the Royals. Spent some time on the disabled list with a hamstring problem. So his numbers are down a bit this year. Still 8 homers, 46 RBIs.
Playing right field these days, Orlando has played so well in center field that Ned Yost has decided to just keep Cain over in right field, a little less stressed on the legs.
How much athleticism do you have to have on your team to be able to put Lorenzo Cain in right field?
And you also have Dyson, and we know how good Cain has been in center field, so that speaks volumes for what Orlando has been able to do, for him to be in center field and Cain in right field.
At Kansas City, as of late, they like those guys. They're very athletic, got wheels, can go get it. And they've got options should somebody go down. Alex Gordon was down for a while. They filled in nicely for him. Moustakas is down. Cuthbert's taken over for him. That's what your hope is.
Well, there you go, Rod. They pitched very carefully to him, so Cain is aboard now.
Yeah, I don't mind that at bat as well.
Now, again, Royals, they've had a few guys out as well. Tim Collins, Tommy John, who won't be back. Wade Davis, they're saying flexor, but I'm not buying it, Rod. Luke Hochevar, shoulder. Medlin, minor. Moustakas with the ACL, that he won't be back till next year as well. So everybody around the league, you're going to have to deal with issues. But the Tigers seem to be on the wrong side of that curve, maybe a few more than most.
Hosmer, the batter. Swing and a miss, 0-1.
One of the other issues about when people get hurt, it is an opportunity for somebody else, and you get surprised a lot. And if you can hold your own during this period, this valuable experience these guys that have filled in for the regulars are getting. This happened last year for the Tigers, and now they're feeling much more at home in the big league diamond.
Pulled on the ground at first. Salty knocks it down. Will he have a play? Norris gets over for the out. Nicely done by Daniel, who beat Hosmer to the bag.
Well, Daniel got caught looking. Didn't go over right away, but his athleticism and speed, he realized that he didn't get over, and he took off very quickly. Now watch, he's going to stand and become an observer for a second here. Then he realized, watch him, he beats Hosmer to the bag. Pretty good throw by Salty right there. You don't want to be running full speed right at the base. Good shot right here by a cameraman.
I think what happened here with Norris is he thought that was going to be a double play ball, and there's no excuse for him. But he thought the ball right at Saltalamacchia with Hosmer running, they could turn that over, and that's why he got the late break. And fortunately for him, he's got good enough speed. He was able to get there before Hosmer got there.
2 outs now for Kendrys Morales. Second and third for the Royals. They lead 1-0. We play in the 5th. Morales looks at ball 1 low.
Again, you get a pitcher that's got lots of experience. Like I know K-Rod does this a lot. They look down the lineup. They got second and third. How do I get out of this inning? Now Morales is better against left-handed pitching. He's 0 for 4 off of Daniel Norris. Perez, he's a Tiger killer. He's a little less versus left-handed, but it's the pitcher and the catcher that have the feel for this. Many times as a manager, you're sitting there and you think you have the feel, and you will make the decisions because the evidence is overwhelming. But sometimes I always felt that my catcher and my pitcher had the better feel. Were they convicted in going after him or not? I didn't want to make him walk a guy that he was not prepared to walk, and he thought he could get out.
Well, now he's gone 2-0 on Morales. And in there is strike called right at the lower reaches of the strike zone.
Nice slider, 2-0. That's what Rod was talking about. You just can't, we'll throw one down Broadway here with fastball. He's too good of a hitter. He's going to make you pay. Throws a breaking ball. It's a little slider. It's off the plate. Backdoors him. He's now got the count at 2-1.
Ground ball right side. Kinsler diving play to his feet to throw him out.
Money.
What a play by Ian Kinsler. Saving at least one run, stretching out to his left. Royals turn back in the 5th. Tigers baseball tonight presented by Bell Tire. To the scouting report on Ian Kennedy, 58 long balls allowed since 2015. Only James Shields has had more in that span. We'll see if the Tigers get to him here in the 5th down by a run. A strike called on J.D. Martinez.
That's a lot of home runs for a couple of guys that spent some time in San Diego, a place not known as a place that yields a lot of homers.
That's a good point. Although Shields now in Chicago, where that ballpark gave up a few.
You think?
And then some. 1-1 on JD. Ian Kennedy now is working on a couple of back-to-back 1-2-3 innings. He's got Martinez, Upton, and McGee here in the 5th. And JD looks at a ball outside.
You know, several fly balls the Tigers have hit, they've just missed. So you're hoping you can get somebody on base, put a little pressure on Ian Kennedy, that he'll make a mistake, catch a little more plate, and then the Tigers can carry these on out of the park.
Hammer to right field. That ball is back. It's going to go to the track, and now circling to make the catch is Kane.
Just missed it.
Just missed it again. Well, the pennant race is on. Place a deposit on 2017 Detroit Tigers season tickets and receive 2016 postseason priority. Call 313-471-BALL or visit tigers.com. 3 straight fly ball outs now for Kennedy.
He has 7 total on the game, so he is most definitely pitching to the ballpark here tonight. Lots of fastballs upstairs and allowing the Tigers to fly out into the outfielder's mitts.
Upton didn't look good on that swing. 0-1.
Gibby, you're absolutely right. I'm down here sitting on the third base side, and you can tell that he does have a different gear on that fastball. It seems like he gets toward home plate and just explodes, and I think that's why several of the Tigers hitters just aren't on him just yet.
He's got very good mechanics, very smooth. His delivery is very repeatable, and he's not a big guy where he's really rearing back and you're thinking, oh, here it comes. But he'll trick you. He's sneaky for sure.
1-2 on Upton.
Take a look. Go ahead, Rod.
Here's that delivery you're talking about, nice and smooth. And this is a 93-mile-per-hour fastball. It gets to a nice balance point, allows the arm to catch up. And he throws that ball right by Justin.
Yeah, on the outside part of the plate, Jab's having a little trouble with those right now. Can't imagine if they would throw him anything inside right now. It seems like they're really exploring the outside part of the plate. As you know, Rod, sometimes you hit the ball good in, sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down, sometimes it's away, and these opponents figure it out, and it's tough sledding.
Popped him up. First base side, Hosmer, foul ground.
All right.
He snow coned that thing. 2 gone. 10 in a row retired now by Ian Kennedy. That'll bring up Casey McGee. He popped up in his first at bat.
So far, a flawless game for Kansas City. Looking for a little generosity right here. Royals have left 7 on base. Tigers only 1. Daniel Norris with 1 little bobble there at first base maybe cost the Tigers the only run they're behind right now, 1-0.
The 0-1 pitch. Bouncer back up the middle. It's going to find a hole, it appears. It does. Base hit. 2-out single for McGee. Tigers' second hit of the night. That'll bring up McCann.
James struck out his first time up on a 94-mile-an-hour fastball up and away, so gonna have to stay off that. You pretty much know he's going to go out that way. On the outside part of the plate, try and stay away from McCann's power. He's been swinging the bat much better lately.
James had a 357 road trip, including a home run in Texas. Ball 1 outside.
How about the way he led the rookie, Michael Fulmer, yesterday in Texas? In a complete game shutout, 9 strikeouts for Fulmer, not 1 walk, and I cannot think of very many shakeoffs of James McCann's signs. He led him beautifully yesterday.
I think that's part of the game for catchers. Sometimes we overlook. Here's the 1-0. It's outside, 2-0.
Absolutely, Mario. We're so quick to give credit to Fulmer, and rightfully so. I mean, this guy's an absolute beast. And but you've got to give some credit to McCann and also Saltalamacchia, the jobs that they have done with some of the younger pitchers. Verlander even. I mean, Verlander loves throwing to these guys as well. So I guess it's underrated as well.
Yeah, it seems like McCann's become almost the exclusive catcher for Fulmer as of late.
There's a strike called, 2-1.
I know guys don't do it like some of the older players used to do, Gibby. Move a little closer to the plate. If they notice that Kennedy continues to go on the outside part of the plate. Older days, you just get a little closer to the plate to make that fastball look like it was right down the middle. But guys don't move in the batter's box these days like guys used to.
Well, if you're going to do it, you got to practice it in batting practice, because most guys are not comfortable doing it in the game. But you're right, Rod. We used to try that out. McCann gets that call. You saw he had a little conversation with the home plate umpire in the previous pitch. Now ahead in the count, 3 balls and a strike. You do not expect to see McGee on the run. 3-2, however, of course, there's 2 outs. He'll be on the go.
J.D. Martinez jotting down some more notes in the dugout. Here's the 3-1. Ground ball back up the middle. Mondesi will flip to Escobar, who tags the bag for the out. Awkward looking play, but they get the force. No runs. 1 Tigers hit and a man left. 5 in the books. right, guys, we are going to the 6th inning here. It's 1-0 in favor of the Royals. And Daniel Norris back to the hill facing Perez, Gordon, Escobar. The 0-1 pitch is hammered in the air to center, not deep at all. Coming in is Collins, and Tyler squeezing it for the out.
You know, last couple of days we've been talking about a couple of really good catchers, one in Texas, Lucroy here, and one in here for Kansas City, but McCann takes a back seat to none of these guys. His throwing skills to the bases are extraordinary, and one of the things, Gibby, you and I were talking about today is the fact that he is so accurate when throwing that ball down to second base with outstanding footwork and a cannon for an arm.
It is really impressive. There's a ball low to Gordon.
Well, we were talking about the times, and the major league average is 1.9. It's about 2, okay? James McCann's average is about a 1.9, so he's quicker than that. Perez is sub 1.9, but actually the fastest throws, James McCann is the top in the league. But the slowest ones, he's slower. But this two pretty good catchers. When Perez was up at the home plate right there, I wonder if they talk. It's catchers talk.
I'm sure they watch each other.
But James, I think, is a little more accurate than Salvador Perez right now. Just has a slight edge on him, but they shut the game down. Guys think they want to run. It's a dimension that is not available when the Royals or the Tigers are playing.
That's another one down low to Gordon, and the count goes to 3-1.
You know, James also told me a story when he was in college at Arkansas. He said after his sophomore year, he asked the coach if he could call his own pitches. He had an idea he was going to get drafted, and he knew that once he got into pro ball, he would be calling his own pitches. So he asked the coach, and the coach allowed him to do so, and he said that really helped his maturation process into pro ball.
Didn't Alex Avila do the same thing in Alabama?
Alex, he called his own pitches from a freshman on.
Whoa.
McCann waited 1 year before he dropped it on him.
Yeah, got some power.
Ripped to first, and it's going to be a fair ball down the line right by Saltalamacchia. Gordon is on his way to second. He'll pull in with a 1-out double. Second straight inning now. The Royals have had a 1-out 2-base hit.
It's just a bullet right over the line. Good diving stab try by Salty, but Alex Gordon, he has this a bullet. This is a one hopper right by Salty. JD comes over and takes care of it.
Gordon does not have good numbers against left-handers coming into that particular at-bat, but when you get yourself in that predictable fastball count 3-2, and you know the guy's more than likely not going to throw you a changeup or an off-speed pitch, you can get out of ahead of fastball like that.
And remember, he got Hosmer on the 3-2 slider.
Right.
But tried to trick Gordon to go throw the fastball by him. Didn't work out.
Escobar looks at a strike, 0-1. That's the 6th hit of the night for the Royals. There's action in the Detroit bullpen now.
Yeah, Norris has been up about 100 pitches in one of his 2 starts already this year. They're not going to let him go much by it now. He's at 83 right now.
That'll get away from McCann, and it'll roll all the way toward the dugout. Advancing the runner as Gordon moves to third on a wild pitch.
Might as well bring the infield in.
Absolutely.
The way Kennedy's pitching today.
See, it's a breaking ball. So hit off the plate right here. Yep, hits right off the front of the plate. Did hit the bat. Oh, he called it on the swing. That ball hit the front of the plate, I think.
Yeah, with Escobar in that batter's box too, you always have to be aware of the squeeze too. This guy can really handle the bat, not necessarily the suicide squeeze, but it could possibly be a safety squeeze.
Infield in. Here's the 1-1. Driven foul out of play. 1-2 on Escobar.
Now, what Rod's talking about, the safety squeeze, the guy on third, the runner on third, does not have to go. But if he can get it over in here, you kind of try and read it, and you're this guy, then you come on down the line. If it's not a good bunt, you just retreat. You know, Salty, you might want to come in just a little bit more here, bringing in a little bit more right here to deter him thinking about bunting the baseball. Pressure always works against any opponent if executed properly. Here's our high-speed pitch brought to you by Xfinity. 94 the high, 75 the low. That's the breaker.
If Norris throws a good breaking ball here down in the strike zone, he can get a swing and miss out of Escobar. He's very aggressive in the batter's box, but you got to make it look good.
He's looking for that one. I'd throw another one, though, right here.
Got some word now on Miguel Cabrera, left bicep strain, day to day.
Now, if Escobar does get on its first and third, you will see Raul Mondesi with the safety squeeze.
3-2 on Escobar. And way high and outside, ball 4.
Looked like Norris tried to throw the changeup again. Let's go back to Miguel Cabrera. Looks like he moves his arm quickly to try and get out of the way in a funny fashion, and the biceps is there in your upper arm.
Brad is taking a stroll out to the mound here. I don't know if he's going to take Norris out or if he's going to talk about what you were talking about, give it safety squeeze. Oh, he's already gone to the bullpen.
Yeah, with Mondesi, see if he turns him around right here.
It'll be it for Norris. He'll depart with runners at first and third. It's a wall side windows pitching change. Here comes Alex Wilson. We'll be back.
Let's take a look at our Bell Tire pitch by pitch. Danny Norris, see right there, I was in the first inning. Looked like he might have tweaked something. Then makes a rush throw and an error. Miggy out of the game. However, they get the sac fly, and that scores the leadoff walk. Overall, showed his good stuff. Good breaking ball right there. Good sliders. Fastball lively, but overall struggled to find his command tonight. 5 innings pitched, only 2 hits, a walk which scored, 2 strikeouts. That'll leave it to Alex Wilson, who's been money with the Tigers.
Ooh, the bluff to third he actually threw. You can't bluff. And the runner at first base was breaking a little bit, Escobar.
Yeah, they're trying to do that for the, see if they're going to safety squeeze right here. Look at over here at first base. Just thinking about going. Well, they changed that rule a couple of years ago. We used to be able to fake to third and then go to first. So now you must throw to third.
Mondesi the batter.
I'd be in closer to the plate.
And here's the bunt. He drags it first base side. Salty looks to second. Throw to first is late. And the run will score on the squeeze play, the safety squeeze.
Well, we talked about this play, and with Escobar up there, we thought maybe he might do it, but Mondesi most definitely will do it with his speed. And I know Brad mentioned that to the defense, but this gives you an idea of just how good a bunt this was by the youngster Mondesi. I mean, he gets the ball in a perfect spot, and with his speed going down the line, I wish we could get a clock on him to see how fast he went from contact to the base. I bet it's about 3.6.
Well, again, you got to bring your infielders in a little shallower if you can. I got about a 3.75 there. I don't know. It's off the tape. It's Salty. He's got to go right to first to try and get this out. He looked to second. It was too late. That's burning down there pretty good.
Yep, 3.6, 3.75. It's about the same. One step.
Here's Paulo Orlando. 2-0 now. Royals have the lead. Orlando looks at a ball low and away.
And if you're Wilson, you have to pay some kind of attention to Escobar and also with the youngster on first base. Escobar has stolen third base successfully quite a bit in his major league career, even though he's not running all that much this season.
I'm told we timed that out at 3.5 off the tape. 3.5 seconds. That's flying. That's like Rod used to run down them bases.
I wish. I was about 4 flat, 4.2. Now maybe you got down there at 3.5.
Not that quick.
That is popped up foul, and this will get back out of play. 1-1.
You know, just go back to that play. I was suggesting that they had to be in closer, but you really can't do it at first base. Salty can't get off first, because if he does, the runner's going to go on him. However, you can do a well-timed early break, but that has to be well coordinated. That's risky. This is just Kansas City using their asset, and it worked well for them.
You know, I think the next time he comes up in a situation like that, whether it be here or whether it be in Kansas City with a runner on third, less than 2 outs, I think what you do, Gibby, is you just crowd everybody and you take that thought out of his mind. You make him swing the bat.
Absolutely. Total agreement with that. Of course, that's easy for us to say. We're sitting up here with microphones, right?
Well, I'm down here today, so I can say it.
2-1 on Orlando. They ruled that, by the way. They gave Mondesi a base hit and an RBI to make it a 2-0 game. Wilson taking over for the starter Daniel Norris. 2 on, 1 out, a run in. Here's the 2-1. Rolled foul. 2-2 on Paulo Orlando. Walked, scored a run in the first, flied out to center field in the third, and lined out in the fifth. And Daniel Norris right now watching and hoping his bullpen can shut down this inning. Here's the 2-2. Ground ball third base side. McGee to second one. Relay to first is a double play. Thank you very much. 5-4-3 to end the inning, and the Royals settle for 1 run. Orlando's got speed, but not quick enough to beat this out.
Sam, call of the game. McGee with a nice pick here, and he needed to get the ball on its way to Ian Kinsler in a hurry. Nice feed to Ian Kinsler. Ian Kinsler really got it over to Saltalamacchia, and he needed to do so because the guy running down the baseline, Orlando, has outstanding speed.
And boy, the Tigers needed that double play, which pretty much cut that inning off in 1 run. It's 2-0 now, KC. And Kennedy goes back to work facing Machado, who fouls it off.
And let's take one more look at the double play. And nice play here by McGee going to his left, going in the direction of the throw, but the feed is crucial. And then Ian Kinsler knew who was running, so he took very little time getting the ball on his way to first base. Alex Wilson's been money lately, guys.
Yeah, he hasn't had an earned run scored off him in the last 30 days, so that's pretty darn good in August.
I think one of the stats to me, and I think you guys would agree, when you evaluate relievers, how many inherited runners score? And Wilson's done a great job in that role.
Great point.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Machado swings and misses. Down he goes.
Pretty good changeup right there. Looked like he's going to start breaking that pitch out now. Machado's seen nothing but off-speed pitches in both of his at-bats. See the split finger grip right there? Ball just looks like a heater. He's throwing him curveballs for his prior meal of off-speed pitches. Now he goes to the split.
Ian Kennedy in his career against the Tigers 0-3 with a 4.34 coming in. He has allowed only 2 hits tonight. That's fouled back out of play.
He is pitching tonight, guys, like when he was with Gibby in Arizona when he won 21 games. Commanding that fastball, really hasn't shown a lot of breaking balls or changeups. He might do it the 3rd time through, but he's been dealing out there tonight.
Yeah, he's got good location on all of his pitches, able to throw them exactly where he wants.
Now the 0-1. Originally a 1st-round pick of the Yankees in 2006, was an All-American at USC. Ian Kennedy. Here's the 0-2, and it's fouled away.
All right, we're going to go back this double play one more time. I want to show you a skill. If you're a middle infielder, second baseman, I'm going to stop it right here. Stop it. See where Ian Kinsler's hand is right there? This is an Alan Trammell school right here, boys. Get that hand up there, let it go. Right next to it, quicker turn. You'll see some guys, they don't have the hand up there. And that's the difference between that play being out and a double play or safe.
Way outside.
So many things about this game. You just sit and look at it. It's awesome. Love it. For all you little second basemen out there or shortstops, you're turning a double play. Practice that when you're taking ground balls and turning them.
Here's the 1-2 to Kinsler. It'll bounce in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Waiting on deck, Tyler Collins. 2 runs, 7 hits for the Royals. No runs, 2 hits for the Tigers. And a threat of rain here earlier today. The tarp was on the field when we got to the ballpark, but it has stayed away. And it's turned into a nice night. Here's the 2-2. High, towering fly ball, shallow left center. Gordon is under it. And there are 2 gone. Well, every game counts. Get a ticket to see the Tigers play the Boston Red Sox this Friday at 7:10 p.m. plus a 16-ounce Miller Lite for as low as $19. The Friday night party package. Visit Tigers.com or call 866-66-TIGER. Two up, 2 down here in the 6th inning. Collins the batter. Bender drops in 0-1.
Had a good feeling about this Tigers offense coming home after compiling 27 hits the last couple of days in Texas, but Kennedy really has not given them anything to hit, and when he does give them something to hit, they're popping it straight up into the outfield.
Nubbed, third base side, going to be a tough play. Kennedy can't get him. That'll be an infield hit for Collins.
Yeah, these are nice. If you could design it this way, you'd hit a lot of these. But Tyler just right off the end of the bat. He's got good speed. Ian Kennedy, you can see him trying to get a grip on the ball. And Hosmer does the right thing by coming off the bag and not trying to make a pick right there. Tigers, Tyler Collins on with 2 outs, and that'll bring up Salty.
I will remind folks that our player of the game picks, Mr. Gibson, picked someone that wasn't even in the starting lineup tonight.
Really?
Mr. Saltalamacchia.
Hello.
So it's like he had a premonition.
Let's hope I was right.
Well, you're halfway home. Now Salty has to deliver here.
You know, before that hit right there, Kennedy had retired 15 out of the last 16 batters. That's we'll take him any way you can get him. You never know how it can start. 2-out walks are welcome. 2-out dribblers like that are welcome, and then a big fly after, though. That's all. That's the only requirement.
273, the third time through. That's the highest number. Here's the 0-1. Ooh, Kennedy wanted that one. Might have had a beef.
Looked like a little cut piece right there. I think he's shaking his head. He's got a cutter as well. It's right on the inside corner. It says Fox Tracks, but Tigers get the call. Another break.
That's on the outer edge. 1-2.
That's why you complain. Sometimes you get a favorable reaction on the next pitch. That one was nasty. You don't want to swing at that anyway. Now you're in 1-2 in your protect mode. And hopefully Ian Kennedy will make that mistake that he hasn't made so far in this ball game.
Strained bicep took Cabrera out of the game. Saltalamacchia in his spot, batting right now here in the 6th. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That'll end the inning. 4 strikeouts for Kennedy. Rod, thanks, man. We'll see you on postgame.
All right, fellas. I'll be back tomorrow, too.
Thanks, Rod. It's good stuff.
cycle last night in the Royals' 11-4 rout of the Twins. He went 4 for 5 with 3 runs, a triple, and a homer. His bat has been so hot as of late that Ned Yost moved him to the leadoff spot in the lineup, and when he's been leading off the past 5 games, he's hitting .400. Yost went on to say that the emergence of Orlando has helped the Royals stay on track. Those words could not be any more true, Mario, because Orlando is a track guy. He actually ran with the Brazilian national team at the Junior Olympics back in 2004. He took 8th place in the 400-meter dash. That event last night, I hope you're watching. I'm a track person, so it was a really big deal, but there was a world record broken last night. The 400-meter dash time, 43:03. Now, Orlando's best time in that event, 46:33, so pretty good. He said his speed has helped him get to where he is today. Mario?
Yeah, I saw your piece on the pregame show as well, Kristen, and he said, you know, I really can't move as quick as I used to a couple of years ago, but you can tell he can still move pretty good, right?
Absolutely, yeah. He said his speed, it really is what helped him get through the minors the way he did.
All right, well, Paulo Orlando tonight on base. One time he has scored a run. Here's a swing and a high drive to left field. Upton is going back. He'll have room.
That 400 is one tough race. When you go out, you're feeling good. You get to about 200 meters, still chucking in, and then you get around that last corner, and the piano gets on your back. You have to be very athletic and well conditioned for that.
You sound like you've run it.
I did one year.
Not many Brazilians in the major leagues, and Orlando is one of 3.
Yan Gomes, of course. Rienzo, you remember Andre?
I do. Pitched for the White Sox.
And
That
Paulo.
is 3 all time, by the way. Not just recently. There's a strike call. Lorenzo Cain, the batter, with 1 out. Wilson came on in the 6th inning, got a big double play ball. Outside, 1-1. Did you run track in high school?
Actually, I broke my knuckle when I was in 10th grade, so I couldn't play baseball. So I did run a little bit of track.
Really?
I was on some of the 220s and the 800 relays. But I like to play with the bat and ball, you know.
You ought to race Kristen then.
Well, that'd be good. Parkey against Kristen.
My money's on Kristen.
Yeah. How about you too? We must get you in there.
No.
Oh,
negative.
My money's on Kristen.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So you got to get me back.
Well, it's true.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Hosmer waiting on deck.
You think you could do a 400 without blowing out?
Well, would I be allowed to run it at my pace?
Yeah, sure.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
I said
sure.
run it.
My pace is walking, so yeah, I could do it.
I said run.
Oh. Well, yeah, I could do it. I could run it. It's not real fast.
So we can speed walk. How's that?
Yeah, like
do it. We'll
malls.
pick a charity out and do it for a charity. I'm sure we'll get plenty of people who have suggestions for us to do it.
Here's a roller foul down the third base line.
In or out?
I'll let you know. I'd rather just write a check to that charity. He just throws an in or out at me right now. Make your decision.
And we can add like costumes to it as well.
Oh, jeez.
Add some humor to it.
Definitely
More humor
out.
than it's already in it.
I'm out. I'll write the check. Cain waits on a 3-2. High, walked him. 1 on, 1 out. Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Comerica Bank. Raise your expectations of what a bank can be when it's time. Come to Comerica. Dodge, who invites you to check out the great deals on Dodge vehicles. And by Kroger. Two 0 KC has the lead. And here is the dangerous Eric Hosmer. A sac fly in the first inning for Hosmer made it 1-0.
Cain can run. He's definitely a threat.
And he popped this one up. Shallow center. Machado going back, waving everybody off. Hosmer dispatched quickly. That'll bring up Kendrys Morales. Well, we've talked about this Royals team, Gibby, and how they have suffered a lot of injuries, and they certainly have. But when you look at the makeup of their lineup, they still have a lot of the core talent that won the World Series last year. Kane, Hosmer, Morales, Perez, Gordon.
Yeah, but their bullpen's changed significantly, and that's one of the big holes that they have. Hosmer was out early. Moustakas is out. Escobar was out for a while, wasn't he?
Was that?
Wasn't Escobar out a while?
A little bit,
year?
yeah. And Hochevar, well, no, actually Escobar's, he wasn't out. He's played every day. But Hochevar and Davis, two big parts of their bullpen, are out.
That's huge. And the other thing is they've been to the World Series 2 years in a row. There's some jet lag, you know what I mean?
I do.
People don't understand how much that takes out of you. Play that extra month.
There's the ball high and away. Hey,
Look
look,
what we got.
a praying mantis.
Don't let the Royals see it.
It's on their dugout.
Oh my goodness.
Run. Run, praying mantis.
Ian Kennedy, he's safe. Look at he's going to get it. Ian Kennedy, he's usually the keeper, so we're safe. He's pitching.
Would you pick that up with your bare hand?
Sure.
Swing and a miss, 2-1.
Why not?
I know you would, but Escobar looked a little skittish there. He looked like he wanted to get it and then backed off.
He's not going to bite you.
He could. You never know. He could have fangs.
Come on. You'd be scared of a bug like that?
It could be a poisonous mantis.
That'd be the praying mantis whisperer. That's Mario running.
What do you think? Yeah, that's exactly
I said run,
me
not
running.
speed walk.
See, there you go. That's my pace right there. Picking him up, laying him down.
Yeah. On your hands and knees. I think you got some dance moves you're moving in there as well. That's nice.
A little back and forth.
Cha.
A little cha-cha.
Let's get this last out here.
2-1 is swung on and missed.
Nice pitch. Really getting right underneath Morales' hands on those last two pitches. See the breaking ball? Whoop, disappears. Think he's got a hole right there?
Apparently so.
Probably going to go back in there again.
Morales 0 for 3. Hit a ball to the right side. It looked like it might score a couple of runs his last time up, but Kinsler made a diving play to save a couple.
I think Kane might be peeking in there because we can't put the horns down, but Kane was already on his way back. Horns is the sign used to throw over. So look at his eyes there. Is he peeking? I think he is.
And again, back he goes to first base.
Now the good base center Steelers, that's what they'll do. They'll peek. They look back and forth. And he saw that there was no throw over. Alex Wilson is one of the few pitchers. Are they going to review it?
Oh, they might. Because
one of the few pitchers. Yep, they're going to review it. It's one of the few pitchers that can actually see the runner over at first base. And he saw Kane take off, and he stepped off and threw over. Let's take another look at that.
So we may have a pickoff here. Let's see.
Did he block it?
Really close. This might be a better
He's
look.
short. No, he's out.
No, he's definitely out.
Little block piece. Can you block first base?
Brad says, yeah, let's look at it.
Earmuffs?
Earmuffs.
You don't have to do that anymore. Your kids are all grown, right?
That's right.
Look at the JD and Collins are coming in already.
Oh, Kane's in the dugout. He knows he got picked. See you later. So the Tigers win that challenge. Kane leaning a little too far. By the way, we've got a new pet at the ballpark tonight. We're going to call him Gibby. Kirk. Oh, man.
Watch him, Mario!
summary tonight. Kennedy has gone 6, allowing 3 hits, no runs, and Gordon on base in all 3 plate appearances in this game. But Miguel Cabrera left the game.
Yep, a left bicep strain happened on a play, we think, in the first inning on an errant throw by Daniel Norris.
Victor Martinez will lead things off here in the 7th. It'll be Victor, then JD, and then Upton.
Now, if Victor gets on, everybody think about whether you want to run for him. Make up your mind now. Only in the 7th inning. Tigers have 9 outs left.
Here's the 1-0. Rip foul. Tattooed that thing.
Looks like Kennedy took just a little bit off that. Either that or it was a cutter. Victor out in front.
Royals 2 runs, 7 hits. Tigers no runs, 3 hits. We're on the bottom of the 7th. And he'll take it outside for a ball. 2-1. Victor hit into a force in the first, flying out to center in his last at bat. High drive again, foul down the right field line.
That's amazing how quick he gets that bat to that ball. That ball is right in on him, and he brings his hands in. He can only keep it fair.
Victor had a .333 road trip. He sits safely in 16 of his last 19. As the summer wears on, he has gotten better. And a swing and a miss, and struck him out.
He's living up there, up and away to those right-handed and left-handed hitters. A little extra.
5 strikeouts. And by the way, time for T-Mobile's greater coverage of baseball. How about Giancarlo Stanton? He's expected to Gibby to miss the rest of the season.
That's unreal. You know, that's their big gun, and Miami's been hanging in there, but that's a huge loss. Mookie Betts, how about that? 4 for 6, 3 home runs. Second Red Sox player with 2 3-home run games in a season. Look at the other guy, huh?
Aaron Judge, one of the rookies coming up for the Yankees, homering in his first at bat in his first 2 big league games. Yankees taking a look at some young players now. They kind of emptied the coffers at the trading deadline, but they're still in it.
Got a lot of guys back that want to see him play.
There's a drive in the air to deep left center. That ball is way back, and that ball is gone. J.D. Martinez with a solo shot.
Well, we've been waiting for the home runs all game, and here comes the first one. JD gets a hold of this right here. Seeing Kennedy, I think he wants it more on the outside part of the plate, and it tails back over middle in. JD smokes it.
He hit number 100 yesterday. That is 101. And it went 401 feet.
He's feeling it, isn't he?
He is, man. He's just been scalding hot since coming off the disabled list. Here's Upton. Swing and a miss, 0-1.
JD's also a little bit sore now, coming off the disabled list, playing every day. Not used to it. You're not in playing shape. You can only do so much off the field while you're on the DL. But he's pushing through, and a big home run here in the 7th inning. 2-1 now, Tigers trail.
Upton goes after a pitch out of the strike zone, and the count is 0-2.
They've thrown Jay up away and up. That's pretty much it.
Activity in the bullpen. Peter Moylan warming up now for Kansas City.
Come on, Jay up. Wants it up again.
Drilled to center field. Orlando on the run. He'll get there. Hammered an 0-2 pitch and shot it to the gap.
Jeff hit this pretty good. You're going to watch Orlando. Little speed right here. Closes the gap quickly. Playing very deep as well. 2 down. Look at JD. He's got his little book right there. That's old-fashioned. Writes what he sees. Keeps a little log. Certainly reviews that. Is ready to go for the next night, the next day.
What do you write there? Fastball up, pound it, homer.
Probably more like the pattern.
The base hit to right field, the other way off the bat of McGee. His second hit tonight.
Yep, he's been hot. The other thing is, I'm sure he's writing about the catcher too. You want to write about the catcher, how they've sequenced the game to end. Here comes Ned Yost. That could be it for Ian Kennedy.
3 really good swings against Kennedy, the last 3 batters, and he is going to be lifted from this ball game. So that ended quickly for Ian Kennedy. It'll be another wall-side windows pitching change. Here comes Moylan.
Earlier, the rally mantis that the Royals had last week, he passed away on Friday, but it looks like they're trying to get another one. Edison Volquez pulled off a praying mantis from the top of the dugout. He and Christian Colon are guarding that thing with their lives right now. It's down here right by a training box, and it's pretty funny to watch them walk back and forth and make sure he's still there. But guys, I'm not really sure if this praying mantis is going to be a rally mantis for the Royals after that JD Martinez homer. Maybe they still do have the cage. I'm going to ask maybe we should have that cage over in the Tigers dugout to be a rally mantis for the Tigers. What do you think, Mario?
Yeah, Kristen.
Find him another one.
Yeah, well, that mantis is a Tigers fan, so they don't know what they're doing. Peter Moylan is the new pitcher now, and here is James McCann.
Yeah, down from the side, fastball slider.
1 ball, no strikes on James McCann. The tying run at first now with 2 outs here in the 7th. JD is homered to make it a 2-1 game. Peter Moylan has had 4 of the 16 inherited runners score as JD goes back to the book. Now the 1-0. McCann sends a ground ball deep in the hole. It's short, and no play for Escobar.
Gonna have a pinch hitter here.
Infield single. Machado will not bat. It'll be Aviles.
See, Escobar tries to do the jump turn but cannot exchange cleanly. That'll be a base hit.
Well, Aviles will be announced now, and he will hit for Dixon Machado. Dave Island comes out to have a talk with Moylan. 2 on now for the Tigers. A base hit away, perhaps, from tying it up.
Well, I'm going to try and looking for the matchup right here, but well, probably feels the veteran who's seen Moylan a few times would be a better matchup, and I would agree.
Aviles this year is 0 for 5 as a pinch hitter. This will be a beautiful time to get his first pinch hit of the season. 211 on the year for Mike Aviles. 2-1 Royals lead. We're in the bottom of the 7th.
Oh for 1, Aviles on Moylan.
There's a ball that just missed outside. Moylan looked like he hit the outside corner, but did not get the call. Kinsler waiting on deck. Here's the 1-0. Checked it, and it's a ball outside. Oh, he went around. Dale Scott, not a very popular man right now.
Shouldn't be. Did he swing at this? Yeah, he had it right. I was wrong.
Scott, the crew chief at first. Swing and a miss.
79-mile-an-hour slider right there.
This arm angle, man.
It's a different look for sure. Got to be thinking to the right side of the diamond. It's going to be a chase pitch.
He won't chase. 2-2. Home run by Martinez, JD that is, then a single by McGee, single by McCann. Moylan replacing the starter Kennedy. Check swing roller toward third. It's going to go foul. That would have been a base hit. Two and 2 on Mike Aviles.
Get us a nice gapper. See if we can get those catcher legs moving a little bit. Get Clarkie rolling down there at third base.
Strom, the left-hander, warming up. Matt Strom. And again the 2-2. Grounded foul. He hooked that one right back to the dugout.
Boy, Moylan totally missed his spot right there. I don't know how Mike got a piece of that. You see Perez set up on the outside part of the plate. That's what we call overhung. It really didn't do anything. Comes a slider.
And again a check swing roller foul. So if nothing else, Aviles hanging tough.
Well, it's so slow, 79 miles an hour. You got the arm when it drops down. It's almost behind your back if you're Mike Aviles. It's kind of hard to hang in there. But he's keeping the top half in there. The bottom half he has not synced up yet. Just so slow. You have to find a way of getting your timing. Moylan just does not throw that hard anymore. Maybe 90 miles an hour. He's got about a 10-mile-an-hour difference with the slider there.
Here's the 8th pitch in this at bat. It'll pop up. First base side for Hosmer, foul ground to end the inning. However, the Tigers have a little life. JD Martinez hit his 100th yesterday. Here's 101. And the Tigers are on the board. Tigers baseball tonight presented by Bell Tire. And thank you. It is a 2-1 score. The Tigers have gotten on the board, but they left a couple of men on base. Mike Avila stays in the game. He'll play short. And we've got a new pitcher. It's Bruce Rondon.
Bruce back from the bereavement list. His 18th game. Been throwing the ball much better as of late. Now he's facing Kendrys Morales, who remember was in a deep count, but we picked off Lorenzo Cain.
Yeah, he was at the plate when Cain was picked in the 7th.
Gets a free rack, Morales does. Actually, he was on the paternity list, not the bereavement.
Perez and Gordon to follow. And Rondon missing outside. 2-0. Wilson came on for an inning and make it 2 innings actually when Norris was taken out of the 6th. Alex Wilson, that is, and now Rondon here in the 8th. Little chopper to the first baseman. That's going to be a fair ball. Drop, but he'll stay with it.
Oh.
Salty made the play, 1 gone. Every game counts. The Tigers host the Red Sox this Sunday at 1:10 p.m. Sunday Kids Day. All kids 14 and under receive a free Nick Castellanos poster. Visit Tigers.com or call 866-66-TIGER. Or if you'd like, buy tickets with no fees at the Comerica Park box office.
That ground ball reminds you of any ground ball in the history of the game?
Oh, the Buckner one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could just see it the way it was bouncing. Actually, Salty picked it up and then dropped it, but calmly secured it and got the out.
A little bit more riding on that ground ball, though.
Oh, yeah. We'd like to see that much riding again this year, right here in Comerica.
Fastball is in at 98 from Bruce. Salvador Perez in the ball game tonight is 0 for 3, fly out, couple of bounce outs. Swing and a miss.
What's the hardest fastball you ever witnessed or called? You see Rondon's got the slider grip.
I think it was Samaya 103 against Griffey, who, by the way, hit a grand slam on the 103.
He had a quick bat.
Yeah, and that was in his later years, too. I think it was like 35, 36, 37, something like that.
Watching the movie on the plane the other day, Fastball. You ever hear about that movie?
I have. Haven't seen it, though.
And from 90 to 100, it's like 2 feet difference. So it's
really,
you have like that much less. You have a lot less time to make a reaction, but it tells you how some people's reactions and eye skills are different than others. The debate is who threw the hardest pitch ever, and what was now Aroldis Chapman, we saw 105 one time.
He threw it that hard, Chapman?
Yep, 105.1. He was in the movie. They interview a lot of Hall of Famers: Johnny Bench, Joe Morgan, Al Kaline. A little 97 for you.
See you later. 2 gone.
You can see you guarding for that slider, and all of a sudden, a little too late, blew right by him. Take a look from Rondon's. Got a loud sound in that glove, doesn't it?
Pop. Well, with 2 gone now, here's Gordon to try his chances here against Rondon.
But they did a thing in Nolan Ryan. Bob Feller was 107.6. They adjusted it that they are all measured at the same point, because early in the measuring of fastballs, they measured like 10 feet in front of the mound. So now they're all measured. They measure them now at 50 feet. So they adjusted it. Feller was 107.6 and Nolan was 108.5.
Oh my goodness.
That's at 50 feet.
Bounce to second base, routine. Kinsler throws him out. Rondon, nice job. 1-2-3-8. Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm, official legal services sponsor of Fox Sports Detroit. Bell Tire, get the lowest tire price, period. Bell Tire. And by Chevrolet, more than you expect for less than you imagine. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Kinsler will lead things off against a new right-hander for the Royals.
Well, we know this guy from being here, Joakim Soria. 51st games, got some holds, ERA of 4.14, 50 strikeouts, 21 walks. He's right.
Kinsler, Collins, Saltalamacchia to face him. There's a strike called on Ian, who didn't like it.
You don't want that called on you. Pretty good pitch, though.
Soria was a Tiger for part of 14 and 15. Had 24 saves in a Tigers uniform. There's a high fly ball to right field, not deep. Kane coming in, and one gone. Hey, follow Tigers baseball live with the MLB.com at Bat app. Stay up to the moment at any moment with Game Day, live game, video highlights, StatCast, news, and more. Download MLB.com at Bat. #1 app for live baseball on your phone or tablet. Tyler Collins, an infield single in the 6th, 1 for 3.
Tyler had the infield hit last time up.
Cuthbert is in tight at third base.
I think Soria hurt himself.
Sure looks like it. And now he's telling your trainer, stay back.
Must have did it on his landing, whatever he did. You watch his foot come down. Saw him hopping around. Oh, tweaked his ankle.
Buckled on him, but he says he's all right.
Tape it up. They drag him up. Gates Brown special right there for you, folks.
Collins looks at a ball low, and the count levels now at 1-1. 2 runs, 7 hits tonight for the Royals. A run on 6 hits for the Tigers. We're in a tight one late here at Comerica. Ooh, that thing floated up there.
Eephus pitch. Now you're in the dugout now. Traveled, coming off the road trip. Maybe you're a little tired. Somebody's got to see Cam Maven. Somebody's got to try and pick it up. Start chirping down there. Get a little energy. A lot of disabled. There's Iggy, also on the disabled list. Say something positive, you know, just hopefully it resonates with somebody.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
Got to keep grinding right to the end. Soria just mixing it up there. A little 89. He had the 79-mile-an-hour Eephus. Again, as a hitter, you got to make sure you just go for a base hit up the middle. You start thinking about hitting it out of the ballpark, and the results generally are not very good. Quick pitch team.
Oh, he got him. Strike 3.
Threw him out.
Oh, he threw him out. Collins has been ejected. And he'll get a few parting shots in, and Dan Iasonia.
Ball's definitely out the plate, according to our Fox tracks. But he said too much. Some of those magic words you don't want to say.
2 gone now. Here is Saltalamacchia. They will play to pull on the infield. And a ball low. Salty 0 for 1, struck out in his first at bat, had to come on to replace Miguel Cabrera. Strained bicep for Cabrera. He is day to day. Meanwhile, 2-0. Here's the shift.
Keyhole. Can't shift you in the stands, young man. Just trying to keep it away.
Pulled on the ground right into the shift. Mondesi. Oh, he threw it away off the bag. Mondesi, a routine play, although he is in the outfield grass, throws it in the dirt.
Well, there's a break right there.
Oh my goodness, you're not kidding. That's going to bring up Victor.
It's just routine, like you say, throw it deep from there. I don't know, Mondesi, how much he's played out there. Hosmer just got off the bag and took care of it. At blazing speed of Salty, pressured that throw, and we got a break.
Did you say blazing?
What, did I?
Yeah, I think you did.
Having some fun. He's been kicking my butt in cards, so I dig back at him a little bit. Thought I was a good cribbage player, but not so far.
You get it handed to you, are you?
Yeah.
It's all right.
Humbled.
It's all right to be humbled every now and then.
But that brings up Victor Martinez, 0 for 3, and he's due. He knows Soria very well.
Here comes the crowd now. Tying run at first. Victor sends a ground ball to second. This time Mondesi throws it on target. And just like that, the inning is over. No runs, 1 error, 1 left. To the ninth we go. Presented by the Michigan Office of Highway Safety. Boy, we got a good one tomorrow night.
Yeah, JV hooked up with King Felix last time we were out in Seattle. Now he gets Danny Duffy, 9-1, 2.82 ERA. He's having a great year. You can see he doesn't walk anybody, 138 strikeouts. But Justin said with 6 quality starts in a row, he's money. He's been pitching and throwing the ball very well. It'll be another good matchup. Come on down and see us. If not, coverage begins at 6 p.m., I believe.
Nicely done, Gibby. Blaine Hardy is the new pitcher. And there's a strike called on Alcides Escobar.
New center fielder Andrew Omine taking over for Tyler Collins, who got the thumb.
Hardy's next pitch, a strike called on the inside part of the plate, and now you're going to see
makeup
Escobar beefing a little bit. 0-2. Rondon had a 1-2-3/8 and looked awfully good in doing so. There's a slow tap. First base side, tough play. Hardy guns. Almost got him. It looked like an awkward slip there by Hardy.
Yeah, You got to. He didn't initially turn reverse. He couldn't set himself up. Slipped on the grass. That'll be an infield hit. You want to try and get right over top of that ball. Had a lot of rain around here lately. Maybe the infield's a little damper than normal.
So we'll see if Mondesi's up there to bunt.
Oh, you think?
Tigers are charging at the corners.
You know he's going to bunt. So you can do an early break where this guy takes off early and then he immediately pitched, and you can put a lot of pressure on him.
Snap throw, and he almost threw it away. Salty had to stretch out.
So to stop him, you can come and be right in here on that. And he can see the lefty. So as soon as he takes off, you deliver the ball and you get guys here. Pitcher comes in, you cut him down. Well, Kinsler's up the middle. He's got to get over to first as well. It's called an early break. Kind of fashioned that off of St. Louis Cardinals when they used that all the time. Albert Pujols was the master at it. It's all a timing play, though. If you leave, the guy leaves and you don't deliver it, the guy's going to take off and go to second.
Pushed back to the mound, Hardy. Ooh, man, they just got him by half a step.
3-4-9.
Oh, Mondesi. Move the runner up. Menards brings you the big money encounter. The Royals offense this year. Here's some of the ranks in the American League, and well, they're not very good.
Well, last in home runs, last in runs per game, 13th and 14th in run differential and OPS. They are first in singles. So that's not like they were last year. You want to obviously have more damage done when you're getting your hits.
Top of the order now, Paulo Orlando with the man at second, one out. Popped him up. See if it stays in play. Back toward the dugout and out of play. Souvenir.
That was a very orderly parade for the ball right there. You know, you ever see some of those guys, and some guy just comes flying through the crowd?
Over seats. His elbows flying.
Calvin Herrera now up in the pen for the Royals.
Royals bullpen, as we mentioned earlier, has not been very good since the break. And they've lost Hochevar, they've lost Wade Davis, their closer. But they still have the hard-throwing Herrera, and he'll be on in the bottom of the ninth. Fouled away. 0-2 now on Paulo Orlando. Royals got a run in the first. They added one in the sixth. The Tigers' only run coming in the seventh on a solo shot by J.D. Martinez. Now the 0-2. Little pop up. Shallow right field. Kinsler going back. Two gone.
Well, this has been a close game, and the Tigers bullpen's been outstanding since the All-Star break. Look at Shane Green. Look at the ERAs. Mark Lowe, Kyle Ryan, Alex Wilson's been good. 0 earned runs from Alex Wilson. I looked at the last 30 days. These guys have really been throwing the ball well and holding it fairly tight, fairly close so far. One run off the starter, Daniel Norris. They now trail 2-1. 3 outs to go for the Tigers in their at bats.
Here is Chesler Cuthbert. Ball one to Cuthbert.
That is, unless we can get into a nice you know what that I like to
you love extra inning
bonus
games.
Baseball.
You just love it. You live for it.
Because it's just a different thing. People get frustrated. There's so much more pressure. Me
personally, I like the 2-run homer in the bottom of the ninth to win it.
I'll take that. I'll take that over the tie game, but see, my thinking is if I just, most people may not want to go extra innings, so if I ask for that, maybe that's it's not giving me instant gratification, but delayed gratification. Does that make sense?
It does. Unfortunately, it does.
So it's less of an ask.
3-0 on Cuthbert. Lorenzo Cain waiting on deck. Leadoff infield single by Escobar was bunted up to second. Now with 2 outs. 3-0 on Cuthbert.
He's going to walk him.
Tigers, by the way, will have J.D. Martinez, Justin Upton, Casey McGee in the bottom of the ninth.
2 runs in that.
Easily. Swing and a miss, 3-2.
Good changeup grip right there. Lets him turn it over. Disappears. 3-2.
And he walked him. It was close.
So I know Tyler Collins is saying, where's that?
Calling all Tigers fans, Sunday, August 28th is Gloves for Kids Equipment Collection. Please donate your new or gently used baseball or softball equipment to benefit youth leagues in Michigan. Donations can be made at Gate A near the D Shop from 11 a.m. until the end of the second inning. The first 200 fans to donate receive a gift. For more information, visit Tigers.com. Well, here is Lorenzo Cain now with 2 on and 2 out. 2-1 Royals in the ninth. Drill to left field. That's going to be a base hit. That's going to get a run in as well. Escobar scores on the play. It's an RBI single for Lorenzo Cain. And now the Royals lead 3-1.
It's always when you see a pitcher when he walks the guy, you guess many times that he's going to throw you a first pitch strike and a good fastball. Cain guessed right there. See the 2-seamer, and he gets it. Scores another. Champ over to scoop it up. Cain at first base. Escobar easily scores.
So now here's Hosmer with runners at first and third. A run in, a big run for the Royals. They lead 3-1. And Hosmer looks at a strike. Sac fly early in the game in the very first inning to knock in a run. Otherwise, he is 0 for 3 tonight. Cuthbert at third, and the runner at first is Cain. Drilled to center field on a line, but straight to Romine. Andrew there to make the play. Side retired. 1 run for the Royals. We'll go to the bottom of the ninth. J.D. will lead it off. Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Comerica Bank. Raise your expectations of what a bank can be when it's time. Come to Comerica. Your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Visit ChevyDetroit.com. See why Chevy drives the Motor City. And by Wallside Windows, we can do that. We are in the factory. Here come the Tigers in the bottom of the ninth. It is a 3-1 ball game. Kelvin Herrera now is on for KC.
Hard thrower, 53rd game. ERA at 2.09. 64 Ks, 8 walks. That's pretty good numbers if you're a pitcher or a closer. Tigers will have their work cut out for it.
Herrera has not pitched since last Wednesday when they had a scoreless ninth and the Royals win against the White Sox in 14 innings. The first one is hammered foul to right field. 95 to 97 miles an hour. Will throw a slider. Earlier tonight in the 7th inning, JD got the Tigers on the board. Deep center field, left center. Batter later, Ian Kennedy was out of the game. The Tigers are trying to scratch another run out here. Taking his notes. There's the ball low, and the count goes 1-1.
Tigers need a runner.
Upton will follow, then Casey McGee. Kelvin Herrera has taken over the closer's role with Davis on the DL. Swing and a miss, nasty pitch there. Herrera's 4 out of 6 in his save opportunities.
Breaking ball, you see it parachute down. After you see that 98, it's tough to lay off that pitch.
Tried to thread the outside corner, couldn't do it. 2-2 on JD Martinez.
99 miles an hour, I saw. So he's loose. Tigers have no options left, no players left. Everybody's in the game.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. It's got to get away though and go to the backstop, and JD will reach. Oh, what a break for the Tigers.
Big breaking ball here. JD can't lay off. You can see Perez down there on one knee. Just was unable to get close enough to it. That's unusual for Salvador Perez, but JD finally recognizes it, takes off. Of course, everybody's yelling from the dugout, go! Hear him, go, go, go!
Strike on a wild pitch.
So we got the tying run to the plate for Jay Up.
Upton, ooh, he had a rip at 96. Upton knocked into a double play and a hard hit ball in the second. He flied to center field his last time up in a long running play by Orlando. Bender drops in for a strike, 0-2. Well,
2 for 4 to Dinger.
It's homered against him. Tried to hold up. Did he go? Did not. Dale Scott said he held up.
Ooh.
Close. Three to 1 Royals lead. We're in the bottom of the ninth. Leadoff man on for the Tigers. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. One away. Well, the Tigers take on the Red Sox this Thursday through Sunday. Don't miss David Ortiz's final regular season appearance at Comerica Park. For tickets, visit Tigers.com. Call 866-66-Tiger. Or buy tickets with no fees at the Comerica Park box office. Big Papi and the Red Sox coming in.
Yeah, it's not going to get any easier.
Now McGee. Bouncing ball towards second. Mondesi will flip to second. There's one relay, and that's a double play to end the ball game.
Second one of the game for the Royals. Gets them out of trouble in the second, and here again in the ninth. Let's take a look at Big Boy's big play of the game. Ian Kennedy, pretty darn good for the Kansas City Royals tonight. Had the Tigers popping up. They had 9 ground outs, actually, a double play. 6 2/3 inning, 5 hits, a run and a walk. He did have 5 Ks. They came and got him after the J.D. Martinez home run. The Kansas City Royals bullpen shut down the Tigers the rest of the way. Tigers go down with the score of 3-1.
Here's the final score. KC 3, the Tigers 1. Now we send you to the Call Sam Studios. Justin White and Craig Monroe standing by with Tigers Live postgame.
Welcome back.